with Brittany DeRosa, and she is a plumber. And Brittany, do you want to talk about your company and what you do?
Yeah. So my father actually started this company back in 2001. He had worked with another plumber for about 8 years prior to that. I had worked with him over summers in high school and everything. And then when I graduated, which was 2011, I started working with him. It did like 3 days a week, and then I just started easing into full time. And then in 2016, I went and got my license. And then we have 2 trucks on the road, and we're just knocking out service calls as we go. Scott's still quite a few years from retiring, but
I know he's full of energy, definitely full of energy. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. We are all in isolation due to COVID-19, and I assume that you guys are working because you're part of those businesses that are allowed not to stop. So can you tell me how it's going on right now with, the isolation and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Change in the way you do business?
You know, we actually took this current week off of work just to kind of distance. And I mean, we're in 6 to 8 houses a day, both of us. So we decided to take a week off to kind of just get a little space, get some fresh air kind of thing. But otherwise, it hasn't really affected or slowed down our business at all. We are still working. We were booking about a week out, and now we're only booking about 2 or 3 days out. So it's slowed down a little bit, but it's almost a nice break, a nice breather.
And let me know, when you go to a house, do you actually do things differently? Meaning, do you wear a mask or goggles or anything like that?
We have not started wearing masks yet, but this coming week we are going to. We put on rubber gloves before we get to the job. We're starting to wear booties now too, because they say it can travel on your shoes and live on your shoes for like 5 days or something like.
Wow.
Starting to use the booties more. And we're just extra careful with the rubber gloves. We always use rubber gloves when we're messing with something gross or dirty, but now it's all the time with the rubber gloves. And we got hand sanitizer everywhere. We always wash our hands and arms and any part of our body that's exposed off with an antibacterial wipe afterward. And we try to tell our customers before we come to try to stay the 6 feet away. You know, we try to touch as little as possible. You know, we're there to fix the kitchen faucet. We're only going to touch the stuff in the kitchen. We're trying to not touch anything unnecessary.
Now, like your business is very local too. So my question to you is, what is the area that you normally cover?
We go south of Gulf to Bay and north of the Skyway.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like Seminole, Largo, St. Pete. Yeah, it's a huge ground to cover. So
yeah, we're spread like Los Angeles, so definitely. Now, what are some of the most frequent plumbing issues that you see when you work?
I mean, leaky faucets, running toilets. I mean, leaky faucets can be your kitchen faucet, your bathroom faucet, your tub and shower valve, spigots outside, any of that, water heaters leaking, garbage disposals leaking, pretty much any of your visible plumbing in your house, because we're residential service and repair. So anything you see in your house that has to do with plumbing, that's our basic stuff.
Now that we're spending so much time at home, I have a specific question for you. Is there anything us, homeowner, can do to keep our pipes in the house in better shape?
Yes. Do not flush those wipes. I cannot stress that enough. Even if they say flushable on the package, they are not flushable. The way that the companies get away with saying that they're flushable is that it will get through the toilet. That does not mean that it's going to get down your drain and down your sewer outside of your house. It does not mean it's going to make it through the sewage plant. Those wipes will just clog up and stack up, and they will clog up the sewage plant and cause the sewage plants to have to be shut down. They'll cost the cities and counties tons of money, and that's if it makes it that far. If it's still in your house, under your house, or from your house to the city sewer, that's going to cost you a ton of money. So do not flush those wipes. Throw them in the trash.
That's awesome. You touched on the bathroom. And what about kitchen? are there any issues in the kitchen plumbing that we should keep an eye on, and perhaps ways to keep the kitchen plumbing, in good shape, but also maybe odors out of the way?
Yeah, in your kitchen, do not put any oils or greasy things down the drain. Those are a big no-no. That's another thing that's going to cost you a ton of money. Like salad dressings, mayonnaise, things you don't think about having oil in them are still very full of greasy oils. If you do happen to rinse them off in your sink, run cold water afterwards, because the cold water will help solidify the greasy and oils and help them get further down the line. As well as the garbage disposal, since we're talking about putting things down there. Try to avoid stringy or starchy vegetables. Try to avoid coffee grounds, eggshells, no potato peels. All the things you think that would be really great to just throw down there, put them in the trash can. Keep everything going down the disposal to a minimum. I mean, scoop your plate off in the trash, and then whatever's left on it, that's okay to rinse down the sink. Keep it to a minimum. And your garbage disposal will stink sometimes if you have any residual food sitting in there or anything. So one of the most common things is take like a little slice of an orange or a lemon or a lime, some sort of citrus, and just a little slice, a wedge, not the whole thing, and put it down there and turn it on and let it run with some water too. And that'll help clean it up, freshen it up, and it'll smell nice.
That's awesome. And as a matter of fact, if people have houses, they can also create compost piles. And, if they don't want to see the piles, there are compost bins that can be purchased that can keep all these things. Maybe with the exception of eggshells, that is better not to include in there, but, they can keep it apart and can be reused for your own plants.
Yeah, then you can grow a garden and grow your own food.
Do you have any other suggestions that you can share with us during these at-home times that can help us keep everything working?
Yeah, there's a lot of like natural enzyme drain cleaners that they have now that are they're like a natural enzyme that'll come to life and help eat away that greasy buildup in the drains. And because it is all natural, it will not hurt your pipes. There's so many different companies out there that make it. I wouldn't recommend a certain kind or anything. But if you do a little research, just make sure it's a natural enzyme.
And you can find major departments, in major grocery stores or...
Yep, Home Depot, Lowe's, Amazon, Walmart, something like that. And that's more of a preventative maintenance as opposed to trying to unclog something.
That's great to know. Well, thank you so much. And I, as always, I'm glad and happy I know you because you are my plumber to go to. Say hello to your dad.
I will. Thank you. It was my pleasure.